All right, recording is started now. All right, everybody is able to see this presentation.
Yes, it's clear.
All right.
Yes.
So now this is the first experiment. Safety rules and regulation online summer classes semester 403. And you know my name and my mobile number and my email address is already given in the first slide. Yeah. And this is the second one is because this the what are the objectives we have to follow the instructions of the safety rules and regulation, safety equipments and labels. So these are the two um, safety rules and safety labels are giving here the two videos. So I want to take this video clip on the Zoom. So if I just copy from here to the Zoom, are you able to see that? Or again we have to share?
Yes, we see.
I think it's okay.
No, Zoom. I want to add the new browse. I'm just browsing now, and I'm just pasting here, and this video start now. Are you able to see the video?
Yes, clear.
Let's figure out, Mister. Try it.
All right. Now I share it again. New share, huh?
Yes.
All right. Very good. This is a good idea now. All right. Now it is shared. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Now I'm going to start. Now this video, just you listen or what you think. That's I will stop the sound of this video. Can I speak myself or you will listen to the video?
Listen the video, teacher, and after explain.
You listen the video. If anything not clear, you discuss with me after video.
Okay.
Before you do any labs, it's important for you to understand the safety rules so that you don't hurt yourself or cause someone else to be hurt. There are really only 10 laboratory safety rules, and most of them should make complete sense when you really think about them. So we're going to take a look at some of those and some of the safety equipment that we have in the lab so that when you're ready to do the laboratory, you're well informed. To start with, we're going to take a look at the safety rules. The number one rule is really the number one rule of life, and that's just use common sense. That means no horseplay. Horseplay is a funny term. It sounds like horses are playing, but what it really means is don't fool around in the lab. Be aware that other people are around you. They may be carrying glassware or solutions. You don't want to be bumping into them. Keep your area clean so you're not constantly knocking things over or spilling or making a whole mess. And then when you're done, always clean up your area before you leave. In other words,
Is very clear sound. Are you able to listen, everybody?
Yeah, it's very good.
Very good. Okay.
That little voice in your
90%.
We probably shouldn't be doing this. Listen to that voice. Because if it says you probably shouldn't be doing it, you know what? You probably shouldn't be doing it. Please don't do anything in lab unless it's specifically designed as an experiment. Don't see what'll happen if you mix things together. It's not going to be good. You want to make sure you learn the location and use of the safety equipment. Let's take a look at some of that now. I'm standing in front of some of the more important safety features in the lab.
Whatever they say, the gentleman will explain you about the safety rules and safety apparatus. Please just write down on a paper because sometime you will do the quiz for this. All questions will be based on this. What is the shower? What safety equipment you have in the lab? So you should know that this is a shower and he will explain you many things like that. Right? So 4 or 5 first aid kit, something like this, they will explain you very well. So please write a note on your paper, and that will help you to answer the question. The quiz will contain all these questions. Nothing will be outside. Clear?
What you see here
Yes, it's clear. Clear.
an eye wash, first aid kit, and just over here is the goggles cabinet, safety goggles cabinet. We already talked about wearing your safety goggles, but let's take a look at our safety shower and eye wash. Now, these are in case of chemical spills. Either you get chemicals all over your body or in your eyes. It's very important that you get to the safety shower or eye wash very quickly. If you don't, you could do permanent damage to yourself. Safety shower is very simple. You just stand underneath it, you pull this handle, and a huge amount of water comes down to soak you, to help dilute any chemicals that might be on your skin. It's important to take off the affected clothing that might have chemicals on it, holding it against your skin. So that's an important part of this. The eye wash is connected to the same water supply, and it looks kind of like a water fountain. You just have to pop these little caps off, and there's a little handle right here, and you can push the handle, and 2 streams of water will come out. You have to hold your eyes open and allow the streams of water to flush your eyes out. You got to do that for about 15 minutes. It's very important that you get to the eye wash within 15 seconds. After about 15 seconds of exposure, you could do some permanent damage to your eyes. So it's very important to get there quickly. For minor cuts or burns, anything small, we have a first aid kit right here. You're welcome to come and grab Band-Aids or whatever out of there. Just make sure it doesn't spill because it's attached to the wall. And finally, the goggles cabinet, which you will be wearing anytime we do a lab. You'll be wearing some goggles, and this is where they go. They can be disinfected by ultraviolet light. There's a little lamp up in here that allows them to be disinfected once we're done using them. So those are the safety features in this corner of the room. What you're looking at here is called a fume hood. A fume hood is sort of like a cabinet with a glass door on the front. And if you listen, you can hear the air moving in here. There's a vacuum system inside this fume hood. So anytime you have some sort of chemistry, glassware, or experiment that is producing fumes that are toxic, you want to do that under the fume hood here so that the fumes get sucked out through the air exchangers. A very important piece of safety device or safety equipment that we have here in the lab. So of course you all know what this is. This is our fire extinguisher. It's right by the door of the classroom. In general, you shouldn't have to use this, but if you do, it's pretty simple. You take it off the wall, you pull the pin, you point the hose at the base of the fire, and you squeeze the handle. It'll discharge pretty quickly. So do make sure that you're pointing at the base of the fire, otherwise things get a little bit not so safe. The other piece of safety equipment in this classroom is a fire blanket. It's designed to help put out a fire. It's made of flame retardant material. It's designed to help put out a fire that's on somebody if they happen to catch fire in their clothing. You pull on this strap here, the blanket comes out, you wrap it around the person and smother the flames. Has never had to be used in my entire time here at Edgewood, so I'm not expecting that it's going to have to be, but if it is, it's right by the door of the room and you'll be able to see it pretty easily. One of the most important pieces of safety equipment that we have in the lab are your safety goggles. Now, it is a state law that when you're doing an experiment, you have to wear approved safety goggles. Glasses won't do it. Okay, they have to be the wraparound that cover your entire eye. Now, it's important to know that vapors can still kind of get in there. And if you're wearing contact lenses underneath your goggles, sometimes those vapors can cause problems with your contact lenses. So please don't wear contacts. If you have to wear contacts, then please have your parents send a note in saying it's okay. You've got to wear appropriate clothing when you do labs. Well, what's appropriate clothing? Well, the first thing is you want your feet to be covered, so closed-toed shoes are a must. You don't want any loose or flowing clothing, especially if you're dealing with solutions or flames, because they might dip into the solution or get caught in the flame. It's best to wear natural fibers. If you wear a lot of artificial fibers like rayon or nylon, and you're using certain types of organic solvents, they might melt. If you have long hair, make sure that when you're using a Bunsen burner that you tie it back. Hair burns really fast, and especially if you have product in it, it burns completely. So you don't want to lose your hair simply because you forgot a scrunchie. This should be an obvious one. You're doing chemistry experiments with chemicals. You shouldn't be eating or drinking anything in lab. That means no chewing gum, no eating candy. And that means even when you're just working at the lab benches, if there's something going on experiment-wise in the lab, you shouldn't have anything in your mouth. That means if you chew on your pen, you want to not do that either. When you're done with an experiment, it's always a good idea to wash your hands. You don't want to leave the lab with some sort of chemical on your hands and then go off to lunch and ingest some chemicals. It's not safe. So wash your hands. If you need to go to the restroom to do that, by all means, go. If you spill something, you hurt yourself, even if it's a minor scratch, you break something, or there's a fire, please tell me. You're not going to get in trouble unless you try to hide it. And with injuries, you got to be careful, because if you scratch yourself with a piece of broken glass or something and there's a chemical on there, it could get irritated. It could be a bad situation. So please tell me about anything that happens. If I need your attention, it usually means it's something important. Safety rule violations or reminders, disposal information, or something that you need to be aware of. So when I try to get your attention, please safely stop what you're doing. Listen to me quietly. And finally, always dispose of chemicals properly. Don't throw it down the sink unless I tell you you can throw it down the sink. Sometimes we can't put stuff into the groundwater supply, and we need to keep it separate. I'll let you know with each lab where things need to be put when you're done, and just make sure that you do that. Don't get lazy. That's really all there is to it. Make sure that you summarize these safety rules in your notes. Make sure you do the whisk. If there are anything that you didn't understand, any confusion, please make that your question. Otherwise, we'll see you in lab.
मेरी क्लास चल रही है इस वक्त मैं कॉल करता हूँ बाद hello I think this is still the time is still there or is hello guys listen to me.
Yes, teacher. We listen to you.
Okay, still the time is there, right? Because it's only 40 minutes.
I don't know, teacher.
No. This generally Zoom time is only 40 minutes. Then maybe some time is still there. Now I want to show another video. Don't worry about that.
No problem.
There are students.
1 minute. Excuse me. If this will be stopped, the first Zoom, so who sent me the link? Please could you do it again after that? Because one more. Because this will be only for 40 minutes. So listen to me or not?
Yes.
Yeah, please do that again. Now listen, just you watch another video.
Sorry, but there are some students want to get in, and since you're the host, you have to. You are the one.
Yes. Okay. So what? I am the host now.
Yes.
So if it is suppose this time is over, then what should I do? How I can increase the time for the Zoom? With another link. How I can send that?
I actually don't know.
Who did before?
But
You can ask
Sirgal,
you can ask from your student, from your friends who did this for me before. So suppose this is a time is gone, so you can send it again to me. Okay,
sure.
now just watch this video, then I will explain presentation. Don't waste the time, please. Let me. So in this video, you will see the label, safety labels. Okay, and these labels are very clearly known. You should know the name of this label. So you better to write the name, because in the quiz also sometime the label is giving. The question will be asked, what is the name of this safety labels, like that. Clear? Okay, guys, did you listen to me now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I think 8 students there, eh? So please, when you finish, don't go away. You should give me your ID, please. So I will send this ID to the registrar for attendance. All right. Hello.
Okay, inshallah.
All right. Okay, so I will start now. Objective I already told you now. The video you already seen. Now I will move to the next slide. And again the same thing, but in the quiz, whatever I'm going to teaching you now, right now, these are I just make the brief. Sometime in the video you will see the many labels, right? Many labels, but here I selected few labels just for you guys, very brief. So you can easily write down the name of the labels, name of the equipment. This is because we are making very short. All right, now first of all, here some safety rules. Never wear open-toed sandal or shoes in the lab. Number 2, before you start the experiment, you should read it carefully. Number 3, Always wear safety coat and fasten carefully in the lab. Eating and drinking is not prohibited in the lab. Not is prohibited in the lab. It means not allowed. Don't use any glass apparatus for drinking and eating. You must know the location of safety shower, eye wash, and how to use it, just like you already observe in the blackboard in this video. Always report any accident to the instructor, whether it is minor or major. When diluting acid or base, suppose you have acid in your container and you want to add some water, right? So what you do? So always pour acid into water. Don't pour water into acid. You should know this one. This is very, very important, because acid contains thousand kilojoules of energy. Once you add water into it, it suddenly, blast it. So you always follow the rules. You always, what you do, you always pour the acid into the water. Don't do reverse. And you should know how to use the Bunsen burner for heating. If any student has open wounds in the hand, you must wear gloves. Report broken glass to the instructor. Maintain the work area clean and tidy. Wash your hand thoroughly when you finish the experiment. So these are only the safety rules. If you want to give the quiz, you will get all questions from this safety rules. Okay, nothing will be outside. Now this is all about the equipment. What equipment you will use in the lab. This is number one, beaker, Fanjan. This is Erlen Meyer flask, Karura. This is Florence flask. This is have the neck very long and short. Florence Karura. These are the graduated cylinder to measure the volume. This is the test tubes, Ambu Bakhtabar. You will use just to put the salt, you put the solid or the liquid into the tube for testing. This is test tube holder. These are the brush to clean the test tube. These are the test tube rack, either plastic or wooden. Rubber stopper. Watch glass. You want to put any solid chemical, so you can put on the watch glass. There is no reaction of the glass with the chemical. Glass stir rod. If you want to stir any chemical or any solution, just you use the glass rod for stirring. Forceps. You want to hold anything, just use the forceps. Pick up the small object. This is a pipette. You want to suck the chemical at particular level, particular volume, 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml. So this is more accurate than the beaker, more accurate than the tube. This is very important pipette. You can use this pipette to take the volume. Right? So you can do that. And you will use the wash bottle. Who is this? This is the wash bottle, and everybody should have it in the lab to clean anything that contain the water. Weighing board. If you want to weigh any chemical, you will use this plastic board and put into the balance. Sir, my class is going on. Who is this? I'm teaching, online teaching. Okay, so tomorrow I will inshallah I will. Spatula. It is just like a spoon, spatula. you want to take any chemical from anywhere, you can use this spatula and put it into the container to start the reaction. Beaker tong, because sometimes you put the beaker on the hot plate, it is very hot, so you can use these beaker tong. All right. Bunsen burner. This is the Bunsen burner. It is connected to the gas, and the gas is coming through. This gas is coming through. This is here. This is the wall. The gas is coming here. And this also contain, you know, there is a, look at here, there is a hole in the Bunsen burner. You can control the gas from here. If there is some oxygen, more oxygen is coming, then you have different type of the flame. So there are two type of flame through the Bunsen burner, luminous and non-luminous. This I will explain when I will discuss with the theory and introduction. This is the evaporating dish. You can evaporate water or anything. You can put that component here. Then you can heat it, so the water will be evaporated from here. This is crucible. This is also just like the kahwa cup. You can do any reaction here. You can put the metal, if you want to burn it, you can burn and you put it on the hot plate. So this is known as crucible. This you will use in the, but you are not in the lab now. Whenever you do in the lab, you can use it. Clay triangle. Sometime you want to heat on the flame on the burner. So you have the circle clamp. This on the clamp you will put this clay triangle. Then you put the crucible on it, because crucible is very small. So this triangle is made especially for the crucible. This is crucible tong. The crucible will be very hot, so you can use this tong to hold it. Iron ring. So sometimes this iron ring you can fix with the stand, and you put the triangle over it, and then you put the crucible and you heat it. This is the utility clamp. If you have any stand, you can tie this stand with this, okay, with the clamp to hold the tube. This is a wire gauge. You cannot heat directly any glass apparatus. You can put the glass apparatus on this wire gauge, because the flame is behind it. Flame cannot directly touch the glass. So the glass apparatus should be keep on the wire gauge. So wire gauge can protect the glass. It will not break down. It is not directly heated. All right. So this is very good device. The wire gauge used to protect the glassware. These are the safety labels or symbols. You know, you already see in the video, but here I put specified only, not all. You just go through this, you memorize only the name of these particular labels or symbols, not all others, whatever you see in the video. Just you have to concentrate here. In the quiz, you will be asked I will be asking the question only related to these symbols. Number one here, physical hazards and health hazards and environmental hazards. There are three types of hazards. Number one, physical hazards. You have explosive. Second one, you have the flammable liquid. The third one, you have the oxidizing liquid. The fourth one, you have compressed gas. And the fifth one, you have the corrosive to the metal. Right? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will use all these 5. Now, next go down. Only in health hazards, you have to study only these two, first and second. Toxicity, number 1. Second is skin corrosion. This is the same as corrosive to the metal, because this is acid here. If any acid fall down on your skin, some skin is cracked down. So these are the health hazard also. And the last one is environmental hazard. That is hazards to the aquatic environment for fish, for any health, related to the health in the environment. You can use this symbol. So only how many symbols you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 8 symbols you have to memorize. You will get some of them in the quiz. Now this is, I think this presentation is done. And now let me finish now. I will share another one. Hello, everybody is listening to me?
Yes, teacher.
Very
We are with you.
All right. So now I will show you one presentation, very little, not much. I will just give you the brief idea. Chemistry, the study, study of the change. All right. Actually, hello, yes, you want something? Any question? Hello?
No, mister, no question.
Okay. So now this is a temperature, different comparison of the temperature scale. These are 3 different temperature scale. Number 1, Kelvin, the standard scale, Celsius and Fahrenheit. So which scale you are using in Saudi Arabia?
I think Celsius.
Celsius. So these are the conversion factors. The formula we have, if you have Fahrenheit or Kelvin, you want to change Celsius to Kelvin, you have to add 273.15 to the Celsius degree centigrade, right? So you will change Celsius to Kelvin. If you want to change Celsius to Fahrenheit, you have to use this formula. Second one, Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5 multiply whatever the temperature you have Celsius plus 32. This is the formula. If you want to calculate Celsius, you want to change Fahrenheit to Celsius, so you can suppose 30 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit you have, change to Celsius, so you will use this formula. These are 3 formulas, you just memorize it. You can solve any question related to the temperature comparison and temperature difference. These are the handling scientific notation. It means that if you have very big number of the digits, how to minimize, how to make short. These are the scientific notations. Scientific notation means 10 to the power, whatever number you have, that you will write in scientific notation. Suppose you have this big number and you want to write in scientific notation, you have to make it small, but the number of, whether this number of zeros you are reducing towards the right side or towards the left side. If this is very small, if you are increasing the digit, definitely you have to write the negative scientific number to the negative number, right? So now 23, 1, 22 and 23 here. So it means you increase the number by 23. If you increase the number, so you have to write negative sign, right? If you decrease the big number to the small number, then you have to write positive sign. It means you will add. So these are the general information about the scientific notation. Scientific notation. It is big number, this is a small number. So this big number you are moving towards left. So you will write the scientific notation, this positive you will write 10 to the power 2, because this is minimum, you know, when you write down the scientific notation, you should have the first digit decimal place, not the last. Don't put 0.5. You have to put here after 5, put the one decimal. So you move the decimal from right side to left side. It means you reduce it to 100 times, 2 times, right? So these two you will change into scientific notation. You will write here 10 to the power plus 2, right? If you will write multiply by 10 to the power 2, you will get the same result. Similarly here, n should be less than 0, so you will write negative 10 to the power minus negative, and you will increase this number, so decrease the scientific notation number. So addition and subtraction, there is a, you know, that mathematics. In addition, you know, these the powers always added. So each power should be in multiplication. So in addition, the power should be same. You will take the common to the power, and other things you can add it. 4.7 times 10 to the power 4. 4 is the common power. Common, you can add it here. And in multiplication and division, in multiplication, these powers will be added. 3 plus 5 and minus 5 is here, so minus 5 plus 3, so it should be minus 2. So this is simply multiplication and division. You also know the mathematics. Significant figures. Significant figure, when you do the calculation, so you should know that significant figures. There are 3 types of significant figures. Number 1, all non-zero integers are significant figures. It means there is no zero. See, look at here, 3, 4, 5, 5, 2, 5, 8, 9. So these all are significant, means you have to write the all figures, don't remove anything. So how many figures you have? 3, 4, 5, you have 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. And in the second case, how many figures you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. So you have to write 5 significant figures. Now second is 0. And now we have 3 different type of 0. Number 1, captive 0. Number 2, leading 0. Number 3, trailing 0. Captive 0, just like the 0 between the 2 sandwich. Just like the barbecue, this you have the sandwich you are eating, right? And in the middle there is a chicken. Chicken is the 0, and you have this, put this chicken between 2. You can say that what you call this? Anyway, this is the captive 0. The 0 present between 1 and 6. So now here is 0. 0 between 2 and 1, and between 1 and 7. So these zeros are significant. This 0 you cannot delete. This is captive 0. So how many significant figures in the second? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 significant figures. And leading 0. Leading 0 means the 0 present before the digit. Before the digit and after decimal. How many significant figure you have? You have to remove all the zeros and count the digits. And the 0 present between the 2 digits, that should not be deleted. You should count as a significant figure. So in the first case, you have only 2 significant figures, 2 and 5. Because 0 cannot be counted. Second one, you have 3 significant figures, 8, 0 and 4. In the last one, you have only 1 significant figure, 7. That is all 0 cannot be counted, is deleted. The last one is trailing 0. Trailing 0 means the 0 after the digit. The 0 after the digit, if there is no decimal place, that 0 cannot consider as significant figure. If there is a decimal is there, then the before decimal you should consider significant figure. Now look at the example. 30, it contain only 1, 3 significant figure. 520, it contain only 5 and 2, only 2 significant figure. This 0 cannot be considered. Now the 0 which is after the decimal, we have to consider the all 0 now. You will not delete any 0 from here. So you count 1, 2, 3 and 4 including 0 after decimal or before decimal. So that is 4 significant figures. Here is 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 significant figures. So this is all about the significant figures. When you do the calculation in the lab or in the report sheet, you should be careful how many significant figures you should write. Significant figures in subtraction and addition. In subtraction and addition, when you have calculation, suppose you want to add 89 plus 1.1. So you have to look only decimal place in addition and subtraction. So how many decimal place you have? After decimal, 1 place, 10th place. So now you have 90.432. So how many significant figure we have? Tell me now how many significant figure we have total. In this case, 90.432 means 5 significant figures. 5. But we should have only after decimal 1 place. So what you do, you have to remove all these 3 2 from here and your answer will be this one, 90.4. Because after decimal, you have to show only the one digit, because that is the lowest one. You have to look this one after decimal, 1 digit, not the previous one. There are 3 digit, no, the lowest one. So the one significant figure after decimal place, the lowest one, right? You have to look the lowest one, lowest decimal place. Similarly here. Now here after decimal you have 2 places, and here after decimal you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to consider this 2 1. After decimal you should have 2 place in the answer. So now you have how many place? 1, 2, 3, 4. But you should have 2 place only. So the rest of the 6 and 7, it is greater than 5, the third one. Because after 2 digit, the third one is greater than 5, then you have to add 1 in the previous digit. Previous digit is 8. But if you have here 3 2 in the beginning, if it is second place, third place, it is less than 5. So it means you have to remove this from the answer. But here you have to remove 6 and 7, but you have to add 1 in the previous digit before 6. So now this becomes 9. So answer is 0.79. All right, is it clear now? Now this is multiplication and division. Both rules are same for multiplication and division. You have to look the lowest significant figure, not the decimal place. Lowest significant figure. In these two cases, you have significant figure here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here you have 4.51. You have 1 and 2 and 3. So your answer should contain only 3 significant figure, not the 5. When you finish, you get the answer. So this answer, how many significant figure you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But 8 are wrong. So what you do, you have to select only 3 significant figure. And when you do 3 significant figure, look at here, this is 3. And the fourth one is less than 5. So you have to remove all the digits after 5. If the fourth one is 6, then what you do? You have to add 1 more digit to the previous, means in the 5 you have to add it. But here is less than 5. That's why you remove all this. You will get 16.5 is your correct answer. In this case, you have how many digit here? 6.8, only 2 significant figure. Here how many we have? 5. So your answer should contain only 2 significant figure. And look at here. When you count this one, this 0 should be counted. this 0 should be counted, right? So decimal after that 0 and 6. This is only 2 decimal place. But here is less than 5. Count. This is after decimal. No, this is your leading 0. You cannot count this. I'm sorry. You cannot count this significant figure. So you will count significant figure 2, 6 and 0. These are the 2 significant figures. Okay, so how you remove this 6? The 6th one is greater than 5. So you remove this, but you have to add 1 digit to the previous, means 0. So this become 1. So your answer is 0.061. Only 2 decimal place. Okay, so you will add 1 more. So in this way, this is the way how to write the answer with the correct significant figure. These are the exact number, all exact number you can study here. See, diameter of the earth is the exact number. Diameter of the moon is the exact number. Diameter of any coin is the exact number. All right, the weight of an object, the exact number. The length of a pen is the exact number. 1 inch equal to 2.54, exact number. You cannot change that, right? So these are all, we can say these are the exact number. The 12 object, 12 dozen. 12 dozen means 1 dozen means 12 eggs. This is exact number. So anything which is already reported in the history, that is the exact number, right? So this is all about calculation. This is accuracy and precision. You know how much your result is accurate and how much your result is precise. I will explain precision and accuracy. Precision is that one, suppose you have five readings. All 5 readings are very, very close to each other. That means your readings are precise. But accuracy accuracy will depends on the value which is giving from the teacher. Suppose teacher will give you 2.5. So that is accurate value. And your results you have 2.39, 2.41, 2.38, very close to the accurate value which is given from the teacher or by the teacher, that your results are accurate. So this is in a game, dart game. You are playing in your house. Number 1 here. Suppose you put the dart into the center. If you put the center, it means 100% accurate and precise. Precise means see very close all the value. So now this is accurate and precise result. But here this is not accurate because 100 is the accuracy. So, but these are precise. Precise means this very close to each all reading, but not accurate. Precise but not accurate. The third result is neither precise nor accurate. It is neither on the 100, and these all results are away from. One is 1.5, other one is 3.5, other one, fourth one is 6.8, something like this. So these are the difference between whether your result is precise or your result is accurate. You should know that. So for that, you have to determine the percentage accuracy, percentage error. These are the dimensional analysis. Whatever analysis you did, suppose you want to change kilogram to gram, so you should know the relation between kilogram and gram. You want to change centimeter to meter, you should know the relation between centimeter and meter. That is dimensional analysis. So these things, you can easily, and I will explain. This is, I think, almost done. All right. So this is all about the general information about the laboratory, how we use that. And now the last one, I want to show you the how to report. Hello? Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good.
The board is not here, teacher. I cannot see.
No. You cannot see now. I know. I'm going to share again. And now I'm just sharing this. Are you able to share now? Are you able to see?
Yes, it's good now.
Very good. So now this is the last one, how to write the report. Okay, now, so this is your report here. This is the grading system for the report. You have to write first what is objective, what is introduction, lab results, the data will be given by the teacher, and calculation you have to do it yourself.
Excuse me, mister, your voice is not clear.
My voice is not clear,
Yes.
but I am just, you know, speaking very, very loudly. How I can do that? My voice is not clear. Where is this? This everything is high, you know. All right. Now, how is it? Is okay before that? Is it clear now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
My voice is okay now. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
it
yes.
is okay.
Very good. So now, when you write the report, you should follow these guidelines. All right. First, you write the objective. You will get this objective from the information, and the information I will also put on the blackboard. You will find all the same objective. You write from there. Introduction also there, but you have to write introduction brief. Don't copy from others, and don't allow yourself to the other student who will copy from you. Please, just you take all information from the information which I gave you. You just write from there, and you write in your own words briefly. Okay, and results, I will already give you the data into the report sheet. I will show you. Only you have to do calculation. Discussion. But this actually report, I will show you. This is a very brief report. This is the first experiment. And conclusion you will write. And the quiz, 5 marks is the quiz. And 5 marks is for the whole report sheet. So the total marks you will get 10 out of 10 or 10, whatever you get it, marks you get it, that will be reported. All right, now look at here, some notes are here. And one point also we should have it. If you late to submit report, if you late 1 day, right? If you late 1 day to submit report, then minus 10% of 5 will be deducted. That is 0.5. Okay, that is 0.5 marks. From 5. So this is the note, and don't miss the lab because there will be no makeup lab. There will be 2 labs in a week. So be careful, please. Just follow the instructions. Now, these are the how to write the report for the first experiment. This is the first experiment. The objectives we already written here. You have to write introduction about the first objective. So the first objective, write about the at least 10 safety rules. You can write this 10 safety rule from the presentation I already show you. You can select any 10 safety rules which you like more useful in the lab. Although all these are useful, but you feel that these are the most useful in the lab, so you will write 10 safety rules. All right, now go to the next. You have to draw by hand 8 important glass equipment. Glass equipment I already show you in the presentation. Only you select any of the glass equipment you have to write here from the presentation. Draw by your hand with the name. And draw the safety labels. I already show you the safety labels. Physical, hazard, 5 symbols. And the health hazards, 2 symbols you have to draw here, toxicity and corrosive. And the last one is, what did you learn in this experiment? Write 2 or 3 points only. So please tell me now which step is not clear to you. This is the first experiment. What you think? Please ask me and discuss now.
Teacher, what do you mean by drawing?
Drawing by hand. Draw that the same picture, whatever you are seeing in the presentation, by the pencil.
Oh, okay.
Right.
When is the deadline for this?
Deadline I already mentioned in the WhatsApp.
On Wednesday today.
Suppose today is Wednesday, you have to write. You have to submit on Friday because you are online teaching. You can submit.
Okay.
And suppose you have on Monday lab, so you have to submit on Wednesday. Every alternate day.
Okay.
Teacher, how we submit the homework?
Everything is on the. Please just go through the syllabus. Go to the everything I mentioned. Suppose assignment 1 you have to write. So I will give you assignment 1 on Sunday in a particular week. In the Sunday, then you have to submit on Tuesday after 1 day.
So we submit 2 homework, no 1 homework.
2 assignment, 2 quiz, and 1 midterm, 1 lab exam, and final. And I mentioned clearly, I mentioned very clearly in the syllabus, when you go through this course, I just the text I change with the color, the black and red. The red colored chapters, the section, I will just give you very brief, very brief. You mean that you can just study, not all. And the black one that will be more important to study. And most of the time I spend on the black one. So the red one, just roughly, few minutes or few seconds or few minutes you give on the roughly. You understand what I mean? Suppose nothing, but you will go through this. I will explain very briefly what is it. All right. And the quiz for the lab, assignment, and quiz for the theory I mentioned on the right column of the syllabus. Very clearly I mentioned the time, I mentioned the day. So please go through that, study. If you want to discuss anything, you can send me on only WhatsApp. Don't send the separate WhatsApp group, please. Just on the group. Any information, write on the WhatsApp, I will immediately answer you. And I will also write in the syllabus the office hours. Office hours I will give you. The office hours, Sunday I will give you office hours. Sunday from 2 to 4. There are 2 office hours. When you want. Because this office hours will be for theory class and lab. So when you want, so I can put the same thing.
Mr. I think you should ask all the students on the WhatsApp.
Excuse me?
I think you should ask all students on WhatsApp.
I will write everything on the WhatsApp. Don't worry. So I will put this here office hour either on Sunday or Tuesday. I will put 2 o'clock, 2 to 4. I will write now in the WhatsApp. Office hour I will put on Tuesday from 2 to what I do 1 hour I will put 2 days. Sunday and Tuesday from 2 to 3. So 1 hour on Sunday and 1 hour on Tuesday from 2 to 3. So in a week I will be with you. I will meet you on Sunday and Tuesday 1 hour. So now this is still, this is not a stop, this Zoom is not a stop. Generally it is stop in 40 minutes. Now it's more than 1.5
Yes, yes.
hours. Why? What's the reason?
I don't know. I think because not updates or like this.
Maybe.
Because it's my first time for it's my first ever live. It's
Oh,
like
inshallah, this you understand from my lecture on this Zoom.
Yes, yes.
So inshallah, after next week, maybe the blackboard will be ready. Okay. So what do you think that about when the blackboard starts? Then I will take the how we take the quiz on this Zoom. Is there any option for the quiz? This is the problem. I don't understand here because first time I'm also using this, and I also recorded, where I can find the recording.
You can find it on for videos and picture.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry,
Salam.
I am just wearing all the cloth of the home cloth. Okay.
No problem, mister.
Okay, so at least you know my face. Okay, Abdullah and Khalid Muteri. So how many students are there? Could you write here the ID number please in the WhatsApp? So at least your attendance will be recorded.
Should we say it here or write it on WhatsApp?
Write on the WhatsApp now.
Okay.
You write on the WhatsApp, then I will write here in the Excel sheet. Actually, this is because there are only 8 students.
Doctor,
Yes.
there are some students try to join us, but you should accept them.
Oh, I did not accept.
Yes.
So where I can? This link?
I don't know, but they said there are a picture on the WhatsApp said please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon.
Oh, because the first time I am doing, don't worry about that because I don't know how to use that. Maybe they sent the request, but I did not see that during the lecture. What is this? Join our cloud. What is that? Download and run Zoom. You already in another meeting. You want to leave and join? No. Anyway, so this is recording, where I can find this recording today of lectures. So I will just put it on. Blackboard. Anybody has a? Do you have any idea? Okay, now I open the syllabus here. Everybody look at the syllabus, please. Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, look, are you able to see the syllabus?
Yes.
Okay, now look at here. The first, tomorrow we have a class, so don't miss that, okay? I will start chapter 1 in a brief, and chapter 2 I will explain, right? So tomorrow I will finish this two chapters, right? One, the second one is in a good condition, and the first one is just a brief. And tomorrow, and this tomorrow you don't have lab already done today. The quiz left. So I will take this quiz when the Blackboard starts. So I will take this quiz any other time, not in the class time. So you have to arrange the time for me after 3 o'clock. Any time if you fix, I will entertain, I will accept it. Are you agree?
Yes, teacher. I
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever the Blackboard starts, I will take this lab quiz anytime after 3 o'clock when you will be free from all other department courses. Then I will fix the time. Then you should come on the class. You should tell me the time. If you are missing this quiz, you will miss the 5 marks. So I will write on the Blackboard, and I will write on the Blackboard as well as WhatsApp. Don't miss that, and no genuine excuse will not be entertained for this. Once I already mentioned everywhere, either in the Blackboard or on the WhatsApp. Don't miss the quiz, 5 marks. All right, now okay, now what is that here? Second week we have experiment number 2 and 3, Monday and Wednesday. All right, week 2. Now week 3 assignment, I will give you Sunday. On assignment I will put on the Blackboard. You have to do it chapter 1 to 3. And the questions, because how you take this assignment, you do the questions are from the book. Everybody has the book?
No, mister, no.
No. So what I do, I will write the question in the assignment, okay?
Okay.
Then you have to write, and the questions you will ask either from internet or from the presentation, from anywhere you have to write the answer, because the book, if you don't have the book, is very difficult how to answer that.
Mister, there are some application for books on mobile slider for all books allowed to download.
Which is there any website?
Yes, slider.
So you can
Application slider.
right. You can also write that website name. So I will also.
Okay.
It will also help me, right? Don't worry.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. So you can download anything, and please, you are able to answer all the questions.
Okay.
All questions from the from the book, don't worry. All right, then you have to submit this on Tuesday. Tuesday till 2 o'clock. You have to submit it. Experiment number 4, quiz on Monday. Then in the week 3, I will take the theory quiz. That will be on Thursday. Is everybody ready for the theory quiz on Thursday? Chapter 2 and 3 only. Hello?
What do you, Mr. What do you?
Huh?
What do you?
Yeah, but my question is the theory quiz will be on Thursday in week 3. Everybody is okay?
I don't know because the many students are not.
No, because this is you have to accept it because this is I don't have any other option.
Okay, no problem.
So the week 3 will be little bit heavy and more work. And week 4 you have midterm exam. The day will be decided later on, and the quiz experiment 6 and 7 you have. So we will discuss. I think in the week 3 we will discuss when we have the midterm exam and when we have the experiment. Don't worry about that. And after midterm exam, then in the week 5 we start chapter 6. So midterm exam contain the chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Not 6. 6 will be teaching after midterm. Remember that. 6th chapter will be after midterm exam. And as I told you, the red color, which I mentioned, the red color here, I just give you the brief idea. But I will be more concerned on the black one. Black sections. 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.6. Just like now down. 9.1, 9.2, and now 9.4 and 5 and 6. 9.7 just a brief, roughly, I will explain you. And 9.10. So the black one, you have to more focus on the black one as compared to the red one. Okay, because this is summer, so that's why we reduce accordingly that syllabus. But the content will be around 85 to 85%, 80 to 85%, 90%. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now this is week 6, and week 7 your lab will be final lab exam. Final lab exam from the all labs, but we will decide which quiz I will make the quiz, which lab will be okay for the lab exam. So all multiple choice question will be given in this final lab exam, and this will be done on Blackboard, automatically graded by the Blackboard. You will not send any assignment or quiz through email. No, don't send anything. You have to submit everything online on the Blackboard, or sometime, no need to submit. Blackboard will be directly, you have to submit on the Blackboard. It will be directly graded by Blackboard. So the assignment and quiz will be sent on the Blackboard. You send it to me, then I will grade that manually. And the last one is week 8 is a final exam, 30%. All right. And the time for the exam and quiz will be the same as the regular semester. No change, no availability time, nothing will be given extra time. You have to prepare yourself for the quiz, for assignment, and for the final lab exam and midterm exam, just like the SIS on the giving on the SIS regular time. All right. So be careful and please help yourself and also help your teacher. If you have any problem, you can discuss with me. These all are the experiment you have. So in the week 1, you already finished today. The quiz will be taken next week. The week 2, you have 2 and 3. These 2 labs, density and TDS. The video we already made it. The video is, you will see my picture is there. I made it myself, this video, these two videos in the lab for the experiment. But other videos I took it from the internet of the same material, whatever we are doing in the lab. Is it clear now?
Clear.
So now just tell me, one of you student, please, how we save the recording here. Where I can find the recording for this lecture today on Zoom? Where I can
Mister, after you finished recording, you will find it on a file.
because I stopped the recording.
Okay.
Then share the. I don't know where is this recording gone.
Documents, Zoom. You will find.
Oh, I will find in documents or download.
No, Zoom. Document Zoom.
No. Documents in Zoom. Okay.
Yes.
Documents and Zoom. Oh, Zoom folder.
Yes.
Oh, there is a double click to convert. What is this? You have a recording that needs to be converted before viewing. Converting. Okay, there are two recording here. We need to convert recording. As a 325 kilobyte. Okay, thank you very much, all the student, please. And WhatsApp, you already leave your. Where is your WhatsApp? Everybody leave the ID number, please, here. So how many now total students? How many students we have? 8 students or 9?
9 teacher. 9 teacher.
I think 9, including you, teacher.
Including me. Okay.
Yeah, it says here in participants.
Sure. So now I will send these ID number to the registrar, And please, tomorrow don't miss this class. Tomorrow I have to finish chapter 1 and 2. Done?
Done, Mister. Done.
Okay, thank you very much. Now you will stop the Zoom.
You're welcome.
I think all items have been complete now. Only quiz left. So please go through all these attachments for the quiz and reports. You have to submit report on Friday. But inshallah by Friday I think the blackboard is not ready, so how you can send it? This report, is there any option on the Zoom? No.
I think Zoom only for conferences.
Only for communication, yeah, conference.
Yes.
Anyway,
Mister, you can do it on disk, another program.
what is that?
I will write down its name.
Okay.
Mister, this
You will write on the WhatsApp.
no, chat Zoom.
1 minute. Chat Zoom. Where is the chat Zoom? Okay, Rashid.
Yes, teacher.
No, where is the? I'm looking the chat Zoom.
Down, Mister. Near share screen.
So there are a node and remote control, pause, share, pause, share.
Here, Mister. Chat.
Participant.
Near next to. I will write down on WhatsApp.
Yeah, you will write on WhatsApp because I'm not able to see here.
Okay, no problem.
Where is the chat? I'm looking the chat, here. So,
Yes.
Did you write here?
Yes, I write in WhatsApp.
But there is a, where is it? Hello? Report. What is this? Block? The sender is not your contact list. What is this application?
Discord.
But there is a, what is a website? Is there any website for this application?
Yes, I will send it to you. Better than Zoom.
Okay, we can send it by email. So, okay, take my email. Saeed.
Okay.
Saeed uck.edu.sa. So what should I do for that? There is a link. We have to click that.
Yes, I will.
So after clicking, we will install in the computer.
Okay.
But how you can send? How you will send the report?
I can't.
Teacher, I think using multiple apps could get students confused. I think we should wait until Sunday,
You are
so
right.
the Blackboard is working.
Inshallah, don't worry. Okay.